What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob, doing the Michter'S 10, 47.2%. This is bottled in 2019. Rumored to have older bourbon in this whiskey right here. Barrel number 19H1325. I tasted this at the Spirit of Toronto last year in 2019 and fell in love with it. Bought a bottle. When I first opened it, it wasn't as good as that moment. Always hard to judge based on a tasting, but it's getting better as it opens up. So I'm gonna nose it, taste it, and give it a mark. Really nice brown sugar notes right away. A little bit of pickly type oak note. Likely from the rye content in this bourbon. Yeah, definitely some good amount of rye in this one. Nice amount of char as well on those barrels. A little bit of vanilla. Like a faint cherry note in the background. Like a preserved cherry. Something dessert-like, maybe like a vanilla cake. Like just like a regular sponge cake, vanilla sponge cake. Okay, on the palate. Quite a bit of oak for something that's probably between 10 and 13 years old. But really nice. Not overly oaked, not off-puttingly oaked. Starts like a char oak note. Develops into some nice vanillas, nice brown sugars. Not overly sweet. You can tell it's a bit older. Nice viscosity to it despite only being 47.2%. Usually if you want that viscosity, you really got to go barrel proof when it comes to bourbon, in my opinion, but this one manages to get you a decent amount of viscosity despite being lower in ABV. A nice buttery vanilla. Again, that dessert-like vanilla sponge cake. Maybe a little bit of brown sugar on the palate. Not as much as on the nose. Like a fudge kind of note, butterscotch type fudge. Even like a Werther's original kind of note as well to it. Like that hard candy, hard caramel type candy. Nice. It's a good bourbon. I think I paid this close to 200 bucks. I believe it was around $200 at the LCBO where I got it. There wasn't a lot of these, and they just kind of popped up on shelves across Ontario, not necessarily anywhere in particular. I bought this in Brampton. I think in Alberta it was going for around 180 if I'm not mistaken, where at least the 2018 version was going for about 180. Good stuff. Is it worth the price? I don't think so. I think you can buy better bourbon for under $100 Canadian, even in Ontario. That being said, it's really nice. It's more refined than your typical bourbon, in my opinion. I'm going to give that one an 86. I think it's good whiskey. I don't think it's amazing whiskey. I think it's not quite worth the price, but I do love what Michter's does with their products. I'm obsessed with all their ryes. I think the rye barrel proof that I'm going to be reviewing very shortly is really, really nice. This is good stuff, just not quite a type of bottle that I'd recommend paying that kind of price for. It would have to score about an 88, 89 in order to justify the price paid on this bottle, in my opinion. Good stuff, just not worth the price. Overall, like I said, it's an 86. Alright guys, that's it for me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you really like the video and you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. You can become a Patreon to this channel, but I won't be charging Patreons as long as this COVID-19 lockdown crisis continues. Once that's over, I'll start charging the Patreon again. The videos will be posted onto Patreon again. So for now, if you want to become a Patreon, you can kind of just sit and wait until I start reposting videos on Patreon and charging for it again. But right now, I'm going to just leave it as is. You guys can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Cheers.